Hey friends, welcome to today's video. I hope this video finds you doing well today. I hope that your spirits are high. I know that this has been such a challenging last few weeks, month for all of us, depending on what part of the world you live in. You've been dealing with this longer than we have here in the United States. But I just wanted to say that I hope your spirits are high. Today, I'm bringing you guys my March favorites video. Hopefully this brings a little bit of cheer and happiness and normalcy to your day. I do have a lot of beauty products to share in this video. I've had a lot of time to try new products this month. Most of these you've heard me talk about in videos over the last month. I've been using them and testing them for about a month. Most of them are all new. There are a couple of repeats in here, products that I've had in past months that I've loved and just found a new love for. But yeah, let's go ahead and dive right in. We have a lot to share. Okay, the first product that I want to share, just because it's just right here in front of me, is a new tanning product that I've been using for, I don't know, maybe a little over a month. It's the TAN-LUXE Hydra Mousse, Hydrating Self-Tan Mousse. I've flip-flopped between self-tanners. I've shared some in the past that I've loved, and I was just looking for something that was, I liked something that was clear. I liked a mousse, and I wanted something that was hydrating. When I was shopping at Ulta, I saw that this one was marketed as being a hydrating tanner. So I've been giving it a shot and I really, really like it. It's pretty instant in the sense that within a couple hours you start to see that color. It doesn't have a bad smell to it. I do feel like it's hydrating. I do have to apply moisturizer still, but it's definitely like, there have been days where I've applied this and then forgot to apply moisturizer later and I didn't feel like my skin was super dry. And I'm someone that has to put body lotion on every day, like immediately after I get out of the shower. If I don't do it, I notice that my skin is dry, and the few times that I had forgotten to do it, I didn't notice. And I say that the color probably lasts a good 4 or 5 days, depending on if you shave or exfoliate and all those types of things. But I would say I'm finding myself doing this, I don't do it every 4 or 5 days because I'm not keeping my color up that frequently, but I do notice that when I apply it, about 5 days later is kind of when it's starting, when I look down and I'm like, oh, it's time to reapply. Really, really enjoy this product a lot. I do have to use a mitt to apply it though, but that's kind of the case with all self-tanners. Okay, I'm going to jump into a couple of products by ELEMIS. I have been testing some new skincare products this month, and I found a few products that I am loving. First, I want to share this Collagen Pro Collagen Eye Revive Mask. So this is a thick eye treatment mask. This is what it looks like. I mean, it is almost like a Vaseline, like a lighter weight than a Vaseline, but it's that kind of consistency. Super, super hydrating and rich. I've been applying this at night. I haven't been applying makeup like this every day for sure. So one thing I've really focused on is skincare and skin devices, Dermaflash. I've started using my NeuFace. I've started doing all the treatments that I don't really make the time for, typically when I'm busier than I have been the last month. And so I've really been enjoying, I've been doing masks this month. I've really been taking that time to kind of self-care and treat my skin to more treatments than I typically do. Really been enjoying this. This is totally, definitely a nighttime product for me. I love it. So hydrating, so rich. In the mornings, I'll follow it up with the ELEMIS Absolute Eye Serum. This is a hydrating eye serum. So I will use this in the mornings in replace of an eye cream, or if I'll use my Colleen Rothschild eye cream in the morning, and then if it's a couple hours before I get around to applying my makeup, I will put a little bit of this on underneath my eye just before I put concealer on to really rehydrate under the eye area, that skin, so that when I put concealer on, it's freshly hydrated, right? So I don't have dry, you know, cakiness going on with my concealer. Really lightweight, feels just so, so nice and lightweight. It's a great treatment in the morning, or like I said, a prepper for your makeup, which is how I've been using it a lot. And then the last product by ELEMIS is their Pro Collagen Marine Cream SPF 30. I got a couple of other creams by ELEMIS that's part of their Pro Collagen line. I got their night cream. I got an overnight like mask product. And this is one of my favorites. It has an SPF of 30. It is a thicker cream for day, which typically I know I always say I like a lighter cream. And I've been enjoying it this month because again, I haven't been applying makeup every single day. And when I do put my skincare on in the morning, there's usually a lot of lag time between applying my makeup and my skincare. This is pretty rich to put on and then put makeup on immediately after. Like if I were doing that, if it were a normal morning for me and I was getting ready kind of quickly, I would opt for something lighter than this, but this has SPF of 30. It's rich, it's creamy. I've been enjoying it. I've been using it for the last 3 or 4 weeks and I really like it, so I wanted to share it with you guys. Okay, another product in the skincare category is by Wander Beauty. It's their Drift Away Cleanser. This was sent to me in PR. I really like it. So I'm not super loyal to any one cleanser, if you guys haven't noticed. I feel feel like I'm always trying a different cleanser. I'll get something and I'll use it, and then before I finish it, I'll get sent something else, and so I'll use the next thing, and that's kind of what happened with this. This was sent to me and I thought, okay, I'll use it, and I really like it. It's a very lightweight foamy cleanser, so it does foam up. It lathers really well. You get a good like sudsy feel on the skin. It strips away all my makeup. I don't do like any pre-makeup removal process before this. This is just what I will use and I'll get everything off. It has a nice scent to it. I like it. I'm not one that's super particular about a cleanser, to be honest. Like, cleansers are pretty easy for me. As long as I get some type of, I just have to feel like it removes all my makeup, cleanses my skin, and doesn't leave my skin dry. If it checks all those boxes, I like it. And this one checks those boxes, so I do like that. Another product is a really interesting product, and I discovered this, I want to say YouTube made me buy this. I was watching, what is her name? She's so beautiful. She's a makeup artist, lives in LA. Melissa Alatorre, I think is her name. Yes. And she did a video, it was on like how to dry shampoo your hair after a sweaty workout, which is like, if I can solve that problem, it's like, you know, the world has, that's the answer to all my prayers. Not really, but you know what I mean. And this is a post-workout dry shampoo mist. So this is specifically designed for hair that is super sweaty after a workout, which is unlike any other dry shampoo that I have. And so she did a video where her hair was like super sweaty at the crown, which is how mine gets. You spray this and then you dry it and it literally looks like freshly washed hair. It's pretty amazing. So I ordered it from Sephora. When it settles, you can see like the powder kind of settle down here at the bottom. So you do have to shake it before you use it. It's pretty amazing, you guys. So again, I don't use this as my typical daily dry shampoo. This is just when I have really sweaty hair, because when you have really sweaty hair and then you try and use regular dry shampoo, sometimes it just like gets chalky or gritty. I think you probably know what I'm talking about. And this does not do that. So if you're someone that's really active and you find yourself drying the sweat into your hair, which I know I've talked about in past videos, sounds so gross, right? This is a great alternative. And because I haven't been in the mood to wash my hair, you know, every day, I've been going even longer between washing it because I'm just home. This is a great, great product I've been getting a lot of use out of. Okay, moving along to the makeup category. I'll try and go through these things quickly, you guys. This you have seen me talk about. It's the Wander Beauty Wanderess Escape palette. It is so pretty. And I mentioned this in my video where I actually did a look with this palette. I'll link that down below. When I received this in PR, I opened it and I thought, oh, that's pretty, but not something I'll reach for very often. One, there's not a lot of bright colors. This definitely is a neutral palette, right? It's neutral with just a couple of pops of like bold color. I saw a lot of shimmer in this palette and I like shimmer, but this looked really foiled, just too heavy, something I wouldn't use. Guys, it is so stunning. I'm so glad I used this for a video that I shot with Venus a couple of weeks ago because it is so gorgeous. And the textures of all of these are so nice. Even the really shimmery shades, they're hard to pull off sometimes when they're like this glittery, because a lot of times what you do is you get a lot of glitter, but you don't get a lot of color. But you can see that you get a nice, even amount of color in these shades. They're so nice. Every formula, the matte and the shimmers in this are so beautiful. Wander Beauty did an excellent job with this palette. I'm really, really loving it. Okay, so moving right along, I'm gonna share these together because it's the same product, just different shade names. It's the Emily Noel and ColourPop collab. It's her Just a Tint of, they're called Just a Tint Lippies, I think is what they're called. And the shade Always Right and the shade Gimme S'more are my favorites from the collection. I'm gonna swatch them here for you. So this formula is really nice. It's very sheer and lightweight, so you can get a very sheer wash of color, very natural. You can also build it up and layer it if you do want a little bit more color. So I'm actually gonna show you guys what that looks like. So the first little swatch here is these two colors kind of built up. So that's about the level of color that you're gonna get if you build it. Let me show you what it's like if you just do one swatch. So if you're someone that likes a little bit of a tint, you can see what to expect when you just do like one little swatch. So do you see that? You can definitely see the versatility in these products. They have a nice shine, but I wouldn't classify this as a gloss. It's not thick, it's not sticky, it's very lightweight. It has a really yummy smell. I really love these. I've been grabbing these again all the time because the makeup has been light and natural lately, as I'm sure a lot of you can probably relate to that. Okay, moving right along, since we're talking about lips, let's talk about this lip gloss by BUXOM. It's the shade Celeste, and I got the little mini one. I bought a duo set at Ulta that came with this one and another another shade. And I just love this. I have it on my lips right now. It is so, so beautiful. It's very sheer in color, like all of the BUXOM glosses are, but it has a really, it's basically pink with some silvery shimmer to it. The shimmer is so micro refined that when it goes on the lips, it doesn't look glittery. It just makes your lips look plump and full and wet and glossy. It has a tingling sensation to it, but a very comfortable tingling sensation. I love the smell. These, for the longest time, this formula was my favorite lip gloss, but I would have to say that this did get replaced with the Milani Keep It Full lip glosses because they are very similar in payoff and texture and all that good stuff, and they're probably half the price. But I do love this color. It's very beautiful. It's called Celeste. Okay, moving right along, let's talk about the last lip product that I have to share. It's by Pat McGrath, and it's the lip gloss. So it's called the Flesh Fantasy Lust Gloss. It's a really great everyday neutral rosy pink. This is one of those, when I used to work for MAC like so long ago, there were those few lipsticks that were just like the go-to lipsticks that I would say, you know, maybe 6 out of 10 people that came in for a lipstick would ask for that shade. Back when I worked at MAC, it was either the lipstick called O or the lipstick called Twig. What else? There were some others, but those two I remember were like super popular because they just looked good on everybody. They were very versatile. This I feel like is one of those colors. It's a rosy pink. It doesn't have any shimmer to it, but it's got a high gloss to it. It just kind of morphs to the color of your lips and changes depending on who it's applied to. It's really nice. The wand, I love this wand. Like, I love a good lip gloss component that has a nice, flexible lip applicator. It's just, when you get that right, I just love it. I appreciate that so, so much. So I've been loving this color. I have 2 concealers to share with you guys. They're both drugstore. The first one is by NEUTOGENA, and it is the Radiant Cream Concealer. I have the shade Bisque Light Medium 02 is my shade. This is a really great hydrating radiant concealer. The coverage, I would say, is more on the natural side for a concealer. It's not a full coverage, cover up everything type of concealer. This is a great concealer for the days that you maybe don't want to wear foundation. You just want to put concealer on and blend it into your foundation-free skin. It will blend out nicely. It's also a great concealer to maybe layer with a color corrector. If you're gonna put a color corrector on first, it's nice to follow it up with a concealer that's not too heavy or in full coverage because you probably don't need that after you apply a color corrector. And it's just great for those no makeup days. The days where you wanna look a little bit better than you do without makeup, but you don't wanna look like you have makeup on. It's also very hydrating. So if you have really dry under eye, skin there, you'll find the formula of this to be very, very nice. The next concealer is a bit more coverage. It's by L'Oreal, and it's the Infallible Full Wear Concealer. And I have the shade Bisque, also 350 is the shade that I have. So this offers a bit more coverage. I do find that it's still more of a hydrating concealer for a full coverage concealer. A lot of times I will find full coverage concealers to be drier. This one is not so much. You have more time to blend it in than you do with some other concealers. It has a big fat applicator like that, which I appreciate. It's just nice. Let me show you. I'll actually swatch the 2 concealers so you can see. So this is the L'Oreal swatched on my hand, and this is the NEUTOGENA swatched on my hand. And the shades are very different. The Neutrogena's definitely has more yellow to it, while the L'Oreal has more pink to it. I don't know if you can see though, it's hard to tell, right? It's hard to tell, but the coverage in the Neutrogena is definitely gonna be on the more natural sheer side. Both are great concealers, just for different purposes. Okay, moving right along to complexion. This is not a new product. I've talked about this for, I don't know, since it launched on my channel. I love this foundation, but I've been going to this a lot this month because this is pretty much the foundation I've been wearing when I put makeup on at home, because it makes the skin look flawless and natural, and it feels natural, and it feels lightweight. If I don't have anywhere to go, I really don't want a full coverage foundation. I don't really want a matte foundation. I want something that feels like my skin, but just looks better and also lasts well. And this just checks all those boxes. It's such a great drugstore foundation. I've rediscovered my love for it during all of this crazy time that we're going through. I have the shade 460. I don't quite know what the name of it is, but the shade number is 460. It also has an SPF of 25, which is great because we have been getting outside a lot. We've been going to our nature trails in our neighborhood and walking a lot. We have a beautiful creek that is literally like a 8-minute walk from our front door, and it's been so nice to get out there. Another product, this is new, and I did discover this recently. It's by L'Oreal. It's the Hydra Perfecting Loose Powder. I picked this up actually for a drugstore video that should be up on my channel in the next coming weeks. I got the shade Light Clair, and this is a great loose drugstore powder. I realized that I don't really have a lot of options that I've shared for you guys when it comes to a drugstore loose powder, and I found this one is great. It does have a slight skin tone tint to it, but it is pretty translucent when it goes on the skin. I did get the lighter shade. I tend to always go for a little bit of a lighter powder shade, just to brighten. Again, I always look for something that's pretty translucent, so I don't like a heavy pigmented powder. I want something that's pretty sheer, but a little bit of brightness. This has a very silky texture to it, so you can put it underneath the eyes. I find I can put it underneath the eyes and it's not gonna magnify texture. It's not gonna make the under eye skin look drier. It's gonna smooth everything out and get a little bit of a radiance. It's a really nice loose powder, especially for drugstore. Okay, moving right along, you guys, we're almost done. I have 2 blush options for you, both from the drugstore. The first one is the Maybelline Cheek Heat, and this is the shade Nude Burn. And I think Courtney got this for me, didn't she? Didn't she get this in the video that we filmed? I'm pretty sure she picked this up for me. I love it, you guys. I'm like all about a cream blush lately. Like every time I use a cream blush, I want to like scream from the rooftops, like how much I love cream blush. I think it can be intimidating and a little scary. This one is really natural. So I'm going to show you what it looks like. It's like a rosy pink. It's got a thicker consistency than some cream blushes. Like it's not liquidy at all. You can see when you put it on the hand, it doesn't really move. Granted, I didn't put a whole lot there, but you can really shear this out onto the skin. Let's see, let's get this sheared out. And it gives you just a tint. It looks like a natural flush to the cheeks, like a natural, like you pinch someone's cheek and that's the natural color that you get. It's very, very natural. So on the days that, again, you want a really natural look, you can throw that on. You don't need foundation even to wear with this because it is so natural and it blends into the skin so nicely that you can wear it without foundation. And it's really easy to blend in. Don't be intimidated. It's a thick cream, just dot it on your cheeks. You can use your fingers to blend it. You can use a brush, a sponge. It's very, very easy to work with. The next blush is by e.l.f. and it's the shade Mellow Mauve. And I'm pretty certain I've shared this before. It's a powder blush and it's just the color that is just perfect. It is a rosy pink. I don't know what it is about the rosy pinks. It has a subtle bit of a peach tint to it. Let me see if I can swatch it on my hand here. My hands are a little darker, so it's hard to see light colors like this. It has a slight peach tint to it and a little bit of a sheen. I wouldn't say there's any shimmer or highlight to it, but there's a subtle sheen, so it will give a little bit of a highlight, a little bit of a glow without that like, you know, frosty shimmery effect. The color again is like one of those shades that I'm going to go back to my MAC days, Blush Baby or Margin. Those were the 2 blushes I remember everyone coming, or Pincho Peach. Everyone would come and get those because they just looked and translated so well on everybody and they were sheer. I feel like this blush falls into that category. Okay, moving right along, we only have 3 products left to share, you guys, in the makeup category. The next is by Pat McGrath. It's her Skin Fetish Blurring Under Eye Powder. I did a video using all Pat McGrath products and this was one that I still use and love. It's a under eye setting powder, which is great because I feel like that's the question. Do we powder under the eyes or do we not? This is actually designed for under the eye area. It's blurring, so it blurs out pores, texture. I don't have a lot of pores under my eyes, but I do have those little bumps underneath the eyes. Someone pointed out that it might be milia. I've never seen a dermatologist and been confirmed that that's what it is, but I think it's what it is. So it just gives a very smoothing effect under the eyes. It's really nice. And I have the shade Medium and I also have the shade Light, which looks really white, but again, they're pretty translucent, so either one will work for me. Speaking of Pat McGrath, I tried her eyeshadows in that video. It was actually a collaboration that I did with the brand, and their shadows are so nice. These particular colors I loved. This is the shade Statuesque, and it's just like that perfect kind of latte transition shade. It's a matte shade and it's so creamy and so pigmented. It's so beautiful. It's like the shade that would, you know, you would add to any look. And I also got the shade Sextrovert, and it is gorgeous. It's this pretty like medium bronze with some nice gold reflex to it. It's just really beautiful. It's like the perfect summery shade. It's so, so nice. And the last makeup product is by M Cosmetics. It is the Heaven's Glow Faded Clementine Blush. It looks like it's a baked blush. It has some shimmer, highlight, radiance to it. The color is like this bronzy peach apricot shade. It's so pretty. It is so, so pretty. Very warm to be a bronzer, but kind of that in-between bronzy blush look. You know what I mean? So if you're gonna skip one or the other, like if you're gonna skip bronzer or skip blush and you kind of want one product to give that look, this would be such a great product. It's so beautiful. And again, it actually looks more shimmery in the package than it does translate on the skin. It has a sheen to it, but you don't see glittery flecks to it. It's really, really nice. Good pigment, very blendable, nice and a creamy matte, or not creamy matte, creamy powder. I have two pieces of jewelry to share with you guys. They're both by Kendra Scott. These earrings that I have on, I've been wearing them all month long. I like them because they're not quite a statement earring at all, but they're not a stud either, right? I feel like in my collection, I have a lot of like simple studs that kind of go unnoticed. And then I have a lot of like statement earrings that I don't really wear when I'm just kind of wearing a t-shirt. These are earrings I feel like you can wear dressed up or dressed down. I've been wearing them a ton lately. They're very lightweight. I like the size of them. Again, it gives you some kind of interest there, but it's not like overpowering. You know what I mean? It doesn't like grab, like demand a statement. I really, really love them. And this necklace, you guys, it's a favorite. It is a favorite. This has been something I've been wish listing for forever. This is part of her fine jewelry collection. It's my initial L. I've always wanted a necklace with my initial. And I saw this last year, probably this time last year, and it has been on my wish list of items ever since. I love it. I'm not sure if you're aware that Kendra Scott has a fine jewelry collection, but they do. I'll link it here below. It's just so beautiful. You're gonna see me wear this pretty much every day from here on out. So happy, was so excited when this came in. So the last item that I'm gonna share with you guys is actually two different items, but they're both by Adidas, so I thought I'd share them together. I ordered both of these sneakers this month. I ordered the Ultra Boost sneakers by Adidas, and then I ordered these also by Adidas. I forget the name of these, but the reason I ordered two sneakers, I'm gonna explain. So I have always been a avid Brooks tennis shoes wearer when I run. That has been the only tennis shoe that ever fits me and is comfortable to run is by the brand Brooks. Brooks doesn't make real cute shoes if you ask me. Like they're just bulky and you know, whatever, but I would rather be comfortable when I run than uncomfortable in a cute shoe. But when I do like other types of exercise, like high intensity workouts where I'm not running, but I'm jumping up and down or I'm doing side to side stuff, I've been wearing my Brooks because those were the only supportive tennis shoe that I had, but I wanted something a little sleeker, not as bulky. I wanted something black. And the Ultra Boost I heard really great things of. I know people that run in the Ultra Boost. I haven't quite run in these yet. I've never had luck with any other shoe aside from the Brooks, so I haven't tried to run in these yet, but I have been wearing these for my high intensity workouts. I need something supportive. If I'm gonna jump side to side, I need support. Otherwise I will roll my ankle. It has happened before. It has happened before. So I don't wanna wear just a cute flimsy shoe for that. I think these were $180. I think they were on sale. They might still be on sale with Nordstrom now, but there's definitely a pricier tennis shoe. But again, I will invest in a good tennis shoe that offers me support. And I just wanted simple black because I wear a lot of black when I work out. So I've really been loving these. I haven't run in them. I actually will try and do that and give you guys an update, but I kind of like, if it's not broke, don't fix it. And my Brooks have been great for that. Now, I also wanted a tennis shoe that was cute to wear for just like casual wear. Obviously, I'm not getting dressed up a lot. I'm doing a lot of like walking around in the trails or the neighborhood. So I wanted a tennis shoe that was good for that, or that was, you know, sufficient for that and kind of cute and neutral and lighter. And I found these, and these were about half the price, or actually less than half the price. I got these on sale for $50 or $60. I love this nude color. These are not supportive. I do not find these supportive. I think in the name of the shoe, it's actually described as like some type of running shoe. I don't know who's running in these shoes. I would not be able to run in these shoes. That's just my opinion. I've seen other people share them saying they're the best running shoes ever, but I don't know. I don't see those people running either. Let me just say that. So I do want to give that disclaimer because I feel like when it comes to tennis shoes, you need to know like what the purpose of them is for. And this for me is just to wear with shorts, like jean shorts, or when I'm wearing active wear, but I'm not actually being that active or that physical. And I just love the color of these. So I wanted to share those two with you. They're definitely a favorite this month. I've been using them both a lot since I have been pretty much living in casual wear. That wraps up my favorites for the month. I know it was a lot. Thank you guys for sticking with me if you're still here. So I do want to say, just because I don't know, it's just so strange, you guys. It's so strange to sit here and just film a normal video without addressing what's going on. I just hope that you guys are doing well. We are doing well. So far so good. I feel like we have really been doing much better in this situation than I would have thought we would be doing right now. So I'm just trying to remind myself day by day, and I'm trying not to think too far ahead, just because there's so much uncertainty, right? And we don't know what next month looks like or what 3 months from now looks like, but so far so good. Thank you guys for being so supportive with me here on YouTube and on Instagram. You guys are just an amazing community that, you know, it's been a struggle. Like, I'm going through the same stuff you guys are going through, and that first week was like, I just wanted to like go in my closet, close the door, and like not come out. But you guys messaging me and saying, you know, please continue to produce content. Your videos brighten my day. Like, that is what has me sitting right here smiling, positive, with a great outlook. So I want to thank you guys for that. As always, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I love you guys. I mean that. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.